great leader. Plays with an attack mindset. And as I said, probably on media day, I think the one thing that people don't talk enough about when you talk about Russell Westbrook is his defense. So that doesn't surprise me, but I think it's surprising some people. I think Russell Westbrook is a guy, if you watch the game, you study the game last couple of years, he was in the game in closing situations. He was in the game to guard the other team's best player.
It seems that Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets have revitalized Russell Westbrook's career just when many believed that the former MVP's performance was fading. It appears that Westbrook is not only energizing this Denver Nuggets squad, but also rejuvenating his own career in the process. Despite a somewhat underwhelming record of 18-13 this season, the Nuggets have achieved an impressive 8-2 with Westbrook as a starter, and they are 9-2 when he plays over 30 minutes. In contrast, the team holds a 9-11 record when he plays 30 minutes or fewer. What on earth is happening in Denver? It's uncommon to see Nikola Jokic taking on the role of lead GM and orchestrating trades, so it was surprising when he approached the Nuggets GM to advocate for signing Westbrook. With the Nuggets losing KCP and Reggie Jackson, there was certainly an opportunity for Westbrook to step in. However, missing out on a 40% three-point shooter like KCP and a 36% shooter in Reggie Jackson, who is set to give way to Westbrook, whose jump shot has often been criticized for inconsistency, raised eyebrows regarding the trade. The past few years have certainly been challenging for Westbrook. He's played for 6 teams in the last 5 years and has transitioned from being a highly respected superstar in the NBA to becoming the fall guy for the Lakers during their toughest times. He hasn't approached league average efficiency levels in ages, and for a team that ranked last in three-pointers attempted last year, losing one of their top shooters in KCP and a better shooter in Reggie Jackson to have Westbrook fill in is quite a gamble for 2-0-2 forward. It was definitely a moment where you could only cross your fingers and hope for the best. During the first 20 games this season, it was tough to watch. Russ was producing stats in line with expectations: 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists while shooting 38% from the field and 36% from three-point range. Despite Nikola Jokic having one of the most remarkable individual seasons we've ever seen.
The game that he had, and then I thought the bench, especially Russell Westbrook, his energy, his passion, his edge, it can be contagious. So obviously there's still a lot we can clean up, Katie, but I'm proud of our guys for finding a way in back-to-back nights of staying together, staying with it, believing in themselves, and finding a way to get a win in overtime. And I just hope we don't go to overtime every game the rest of the season.
The Nuggets barely managed to stay over .500 during these games. It was evident that Russ wasn't living up to the hopes and expectations that Denver had when they signed him. With Russell Westbrook joining the team, there was undeniably a shift in the game. His energy, passion, and competitive edge were evident, particularly from the bench. There's still much to refine, but I commend our guys for sticking together and believing in themselves over consecutive nights to find a way to win in overtime. I just hope we don't head into overtime every game for the rest of the season. Russ comes with a lot. While he may miss a fair share of shots, he remains one of the most energizing players in the NBA. Not only does he bring valuable energy to a Denver team that could really benefit from it, but he's experienced and has little left to prove. He's gritty and has a solid reputation throughout the league, particularly when discussing his addition at the start of the year. Yick remarked that while we didn't have the best relationship on the court, often clashing and exchanging words, I recognize who he is beyond the game: a fantastic teammate, a diligent worker, and a leader that you want to heed and follow in the gym. I believe he's a significant addition for us and will bring all the positive attributes. The veteran presence in the league is frequently undervalued by many teams, particularly when most are focused on young players. There are limited opportunities for these veterans, but for seasoned players like Bron and Jamal Murray to learn from Russ is something no coach can provide. However, Russell Westbrook's influence on the Denver Nuggets extends beyond merely being a cheerleader or locker room presence. He's genuinely altering how the team plays. Mike Malone has emphasized allowing Russ to play freely this season, which has certainly contributed to increasing the pace of the Denver team to 96. 8 in the 2023-2024 season. Previously, the Nuggets ranked just 27th in the NBA, which makes sense for a team centered around Nikola Jokic. Now, without many major changes, they are running at a 101 pace, making the Nuggets the fifth fastest team in the entire league. This is the quickest we've witnessed a Nuggets team during Jokic's era of excellence. These players are competing at a pace of play of 101, and the Nuggets are executing the fifth fastest branded basketball in the entire NBA. This represents the quickest we've ever observed from a Nuggets team during Jokic's period of excellence. They are now hitting the free throw line significantly more often, shooting 25 per game compared to just 20 last season, elevating them from the bottom 5 in the NBA to the top spot. Following a less than stellar start to the season and some injuries to Jamal Murray, our sliding into the starting lineup has been crucial for the Nuggets in various aspects. A significant factor behind the Nuggets' issues this year has been their defensive performance, especially on the perimeter. The Nuggets are presently ranked as the fourth best offense in the NBA this season, an improvement from last year. However, their drop from 8th to 19th on defense has undoubtedly been a major weakness for the team. This is precisely where Russell Westbrook has notably enhanced his game in recent years. After the turmoil with the Lakers, Westbrook has been producing some solid performances with the Clippers, despite not being recognized as the best defender during his prime, largely due to his prominent role as an offensive powerhouse. However, while taking a secondary role with the Clippers, with all the extra scoring talent around him, Russ began to take a significant interest in the defensive aspect of the game, truly thriving in it. Now, it's evident that he has carried that energy to Denver as a great leader, playing with an aggressive mindset. As I mentioned on Media Day, one thing that often gets overlooked when discussing Russell Westbrook is his defense. While it may surprise some, it shouldn't surprise those who have observed him closely over the last couple of years. He has been on the court during crucial closing moments, tasked with guarding the opponent's top player. Russell Westbrook tends to halt ball movement, boasting a defensive plus-minus of 1.6, which ranks him among the top 10% of defenders in the NBA. This is incredibly vital for the Nuggets, who frequently struggle defensively, especially since players like Jamal Murray can be a liability. Having Russ alongside Christian Braun has significantly improved the team's perimeter defense and accelerated their overall play. Pace is providing them with a more dynamic 3D offense rather than simply allowing Jokic to penetrate and dictate the game. Currently, Russ ranks second in defensive win shares for the team, just behind Jokic, who dominates nearly every statistical category. The defensive influence Russ has on this team is remarkable for his age. He can still generate pressure and create opportunities, even in a wheelchair. Achieving success with the Denver Nuggets hinges on the ability to harmonize with Nikola Jokic. Fortunately, this is straightforward for us, and for Denver, this partnership is exceeding expectations. It's beneficial that Jokic has enhanced his jump shot, which was a flaw the Wolves capitalized on during last playoffs, to now being the most efficient three-point shooter in the NBA this season. The two-man collaboration between Jokic and Russ has developed into one of their most enjoyable and effective offensive strategies. Russ leads the team in assists to Jokic, while Jokic boasts an impressive shooting percentage of 58% from these types of shots. With Russ's prowess at the point guard position and his speed in transition, he continues to attract attention in pick-and-roll scenarios. Even when the defense opts to go under the screen, much like with Giannis, this enables Russ to build momentum, making it challenging to slow him down. As defenses collapse, Jokic is there, utilizing his large, soft hands, making it exceptionally difficult to guard a play that gets Jokic the ball in the paint. Currently, the Russell Westbrook and Jokic partnership has quietly emerged as one of the most entertaining in the NBA, and wow, is it effective! In the last 11 games, Russ has recorded 12.6 points, 7.6 assists, and 5.8 rebounds with a shooting percentage of 55%. This allows him not to run the offense all the time while benefiting from the best passer in the league assisting him on every cut, enabling him to concentrate on creating essential transition chances and being a defensive force. His game has completely transformed. The Russell Westbrook experiment is truly thriving. These players just became the 12th teammates in history to each achieve a triple-double in the same game, while also being the first to shoot perfectly without any turnovers. Although it's just one game, this contrasts sharply with Russ's typical performances. The Denver Nuggets appear to have unleashed a new level of play. However, what's less impressive is that his former teammate, Paul George, seems more focused on releasing his next podcast episode than on the chaos occurring in Philly. Check out that video here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.